You are listening to part 4 of episode 21 of the Psychotherapist Podcast. You already know what it is. You've made it this far, and we thank you and bless you for joining us on my mental expedition through life. As I, Malcolm Clancy, talked with my licensed psychotherapist, Dr. Bob, about how I am switching the dating mode app on Bumble because no one likes me, to the BFF mode, where I can hopefully make some BFFs. And I can use these BFFs to start my own political gang called Anti-Com. You are all welcome to join it, even the comms. This is the Psychotherapist. We're all about promoting positivity, mental health, and love, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you guys enjoy it. This is the Psychotherapist Podcast. Peace out. I don't really like that approach.
Right.
So, we don't have much time left. I know you have like, what, 5 minutes?
Hold on a sec. Yep, that's about it. 7 minutes.
So,
I really had to squeeze in some sessions. I'm doing my annual 4th of July military coverage stuff, so...
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so if you want to say, if we have time to get into your bubble thing, I think that's worth mentioning.
Yeah, we'll mention it quickly because...
version of that, because I'm fascinated by that approach.
Yeah, so we'll go through it quickly because if there's just a few minutes left over, I just want to talk about random news shit and Tucker Carlson and nonsense. But anyway,
Okay.
So with Bumble, I mean, like I said, there's not a whole lot to talk about because this is something that I literally just tried for a few minutes this morning. I just switched the mode of like what my algorithm is going to pull up from dating and people and profiles that have that same mode to BFF mode, and I noticed there was like, I think like some kind of business career, probably kind of LinkedIn kind of mode to it, but if my goal is just to meet lots of fucking interesting people right now, because, you know, I think there's something to what you kind of mentioned before where I would be very centrally focused on one thing at a time, but I feel at least today in 2021 in a far more fluent state where I would rather, you know, spend time with lots of like different cool people, you know, little bits at a time than like my whole life with just one person, you know. So I'm gonna try out that mode, and I'll give you some updates if I meet any Antifas. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking of starting a club. I'm gonna call it Anti-Com.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Anti-com.
Do you have to report me now?
ANTI-COM.
Yep, as an anti-communist.
Yep. Okay.
So I think that'll be a fun little club that I just thought of literally just now, so we'll see where it goes.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So in a nutshell, your approach using this dating site format is that instead of investing time and energy in one person at a time, you're going to expand to maybe cut back on the time with one person so that you can talk or contact more people, correct?
Yeah, so basically I'm kind of in a mode, you know, with dating, it's not like you have to like pour everything into it, but I think there's just more of an expectation, you know, and I don't want, if like my intention is to like really make friends, I don't want to mislead people or waste their time or whatever, especially if there's an option to go into like friend mode, but you know, it's just something I just started playing around with because Bumble was always sold and advertised, to me at least, as a dating app.
Okay.
You know, but when I think about it, and I was thinking about it this morning, like, you know, I think it's fair, at least somewhat, a little bit, to criticize the whole, like, meeting your, you know, husband or wife on a dating app or whatever. I mean, it's 2021, so no one really gives a fuck. But I do think it's kind of unnatural.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's something a little just on, like, because you have to, like, project this avatar, and it's just, sometimes I think with, like, that level of intimacy, it's something you're better off, like, just being in a room for the first time with someone. You'd get a better sense than you would, you know, just going through their quick little profile or whatever. But I'm just in a mode where I just think the world's very interesting. I think people are very interesting, and I just want to kind of engage all of it. So if that means, spending a little time with a lot of people as opposed to spending a lot of time with a few people, I'm totally groovy with that.
Okay, so this is a little experiment you're gonna do, Malcolm, for a while, huh?
A little bit, because as far as like dating and stuff, I mean, I've got my LSATs and stuff to focus on, and like, again, I don't want to tell people, be on like a dating app and trying to hook up with people, but like not be able to commit. Like, I know there are people who like just go at different tempos or whatever, but I guess with me, I'm a little more old school like that, where it's like, if I'd rather just, if I am going to date someone, it be at least semi-serious. But the thing is, I don't know where I'm going to be living in a few months, and I don't want to like just wait, like, develop something like really intense or whatever, and then just have to move.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still have intimacy, you can still have friends. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to like do the bachelor fucking thing where it's like, okay, I got 6 weeks and to get through these 30 fucking bitches to find the one that I hate the least so I can marry them after knowing them for 6 weeks. Like, some people are just a little different.
So, your measure, the way you might measure this in terms of whether it's working or whether it's satisfying your needs is something that we should give some thought to. Is that some objective way to...
Well, it's part of the social, I consider, like, on my list of goals or whatever, how do I want to, because I'm trying to just set, like, intent behind, and I mean intent in, like, a broad general way. It's not like
Yes.
my secret formula plot to hack people's minds so they will be my friend and love me. Like,
Yeah.
you know me, Bob, I know I'm not for everyone. But I also think in this day with like just the politics and how heated it's getting, and because even on like the dating apps, it would be curious to see how it manifests on friends mode. But I know you've got to go soon, and I don't want to keep you, man.
So we can text each other back and forth on some of this stuff during the week too, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Let me ask you if work is going okay.
Work for me is going fine. I've got really no complaints. I just try to keep a measured view of things and just recognize trade-offs and obstacles and benefits and try to act accordingly. And I feel like I'm adjusting better to it, but I signed up for it's probably something I should have mentioned. I signed up for an LSAT course that starts in like 5 or 6 weeks.
Excellent.
And that will be on Saturdays and Sundays from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. So it won't interfere with us at all, and it'll be on the weekends, so I don't have to worry about being like burnt out after work or whatever.
Okay. And what days do you have to go into the office?
Right now it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay, so we would have some flexibility for appointments anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you have any closing thoughts before you begin your
stuff you and I
4th
can
of July fucking crusade?
No. Some stuff you and I can talk about, at another time. I think this is going to be interesting 4th of July. I just think there's some already seeing these guys dressed in military attire, carrying heavy weaponry up to Maine, signals that there's some stuff is going to go on that I think there's going to be a lot of activity along the lines of either anti-government or acting out by some groups of people, simply because we have a very weak president and this people, who are espousing their anti-American views, like Olympians, and, the people who are supporting them. I mean, it's a very confusing picture. And I feel sorry for the young kids because they probably don't know which way to turn. I mean, so I think it'll be just curious to keep an eye on the weekend, okay?
Just to give everyone a haunting nightmare image to leave off of, I'm scared of the future generations at this point, Bob, because, yeah, they might individually be like tissue paper, but when giant mobs of them come at you and are screaming kill the whites even though they're all white, that's kind of what I'm just expecting with this, like, brainwashed, confused, never even had a chance, like, indoctrinated Chi-Com Hitler's youth generation.
Yes.
At least I missed it. At least I'm too old for that shit.
Yep.
No Blues Clues fucking non-binary parades for me.
All right.
God bless and happy 4th of July, everyone.
If you're sort of sing my way out of this with a singing bowl. Have a great 4th of July, everyone. You take care, Malcolm.
You too. Peace out.
Bye.
And to any people who Sir Bobber may be referring to as far as 4th of July, perhaps we'll use the word agitators. I would just say don't get arrested. Be peaceful. You can make your point. This is America. It's a contentious time. People are passionate. Be peaceful. Be safe, everyone. Happy 4th of July. This is the Psychotherapist Podcast. I am your psycho who can't speak, Malcolm Clancy, and he is your therapist, Dr. Bob. God bless and peace out, everyone.